Off your mind is okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico. Oh, Bashe, Adi my ego mawi.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun live. And thank you so much for joining me. As you are joining, yeah, drop your offering. As you are joining the temple for service tonight or this moment, like the video, share it. I mean, before you settle down, yeah? Tell them.
Lórí Facebook.
Hello, Baba. Thank you.
Lórí YouTube.
Sorry, I have so many of you joining at the same time that I can't start mentioning names. So that's why I greet everyone. Tologun. I greet you. Tologun. Thank you. Right. Before we start, I've got a few announcements to make. Okay. The first one is that Diaspora Radio International, which is the creation of every lover of Mayegun and the lovers of freedom. You birthed Diaspora Radio International. And then finally, we've come to a time where we're going to have presenters on Diaspora Radio International, which can be any of you. So we're having our first, unveiling to do. A presenter will be on Diaspora Radio International from now on, from the 1st of February. And we're going to bring more and more of you. If you are a revolutionist, you sabi fire. Doesn't matter in whatever language you want to do. Remember, that was the mission of a Diaspora Radio International, right? So if you know that you can do it from that comfort of your room, of your home, you can indeed speak to us on this crusade, okay? So I just want you to know that. You'll be able to present on Diaspora Radio International Facebook, Diaspora Radio International online radio. You'll be able to present there. And you'll also be able to get connected to Diaspora Radio YouTube. Every channel that gives you the voice. Yes, we'll build more on that this year. So another one is when I told you about Prince Jejeman and this new song, remember? So he's shooting the video in London, and he'll be shooting the video in London later this year, and I think it's going to be in April. Okay, I've been invited, by the way. So I came here to say, if you want to give any support, financial support to Prince Jejeman, you can reach out. Well, I got a response. Let me see if I can still see that email, so I can tell you which I got your response. In support of Prince Jejeman. So that came from, where is that? Sorry, guys. I just had to do that before we get started, because once we get into it, that's me. I'll forget, and I'll remember after the program. So, Olubumi Samuel, I received your tenner, the £10 that you gave to Prince Jejeman. You said this is for Prince. So, my friends, I thought we could probably be able to, pull it enough to support one of our own, Prince Jejeman. But it's up to you. It's up to us. So we'll see how far that goes. That's the second announcement. I think I forgot the rest, so I don't want to bore you. When I remember them, I'll share them with you. Okay. So if you are interested in becoming a presenter on Diaspora Radio International from all over the world, okay, just reach out. Okay, reach out. We'll set you up if you have all the necessary equipment. A laptop, a computer, headset, microphone. If you have them, the rest will be done via software. So you'll be connected and you can speak directly to us, every one of us. So thank you so much, my friends. I believe that many of us have joined now, and you have read the caption of the broadcast, haven't you? Now let's take a minute so that we can start afresh, okay? Take a minute and like this video. As you are joining, like the video, share it. Tag who you should tag. And when I get back, we'll continue. I will start. Thank you very much. So, once again, good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun. And yes, this is live. If you can check the date on your screen and there is nothing covering the date, that means it is live. So we read the report of Tinubu's campaign team, who have been finding a way to deal with that bullion van, 2 bullion vans at Tinubu's house on the eve of election in 2019. So they came out and they said election is expensive in Nigeria, which we know. And then they had to move that amount of money a day before, on the evening of a day before election, was the reason why you saw bullion van at Tinubu's house, because there's nothing wrong in it. It was because election is expensive in Nigeria. So I'm still going to come and treat that. You see the other part of this conversation tonight, which is so interesting, which indeed should have been the rider of this conversation. But I am still going to tell you that it is indeed the reason why I'm actually doing this broadcast. You have heard about the latest, that the Nigerian government under Buhari that they have decided to delay the removal of subsidy that they planned to remove in February 2022, which is next month, just about a week away, right? That they have changed their mind and they are delaying it for 18 months. When devil promise you or gives you anything, it is going to take something more valuable than the worthless thing that the devil gives to you. This fraudulent government started removing subsidy since 2016, and they continue to change the price and change that. Now, the lies of a subsidy is now obvious because they said if they removed it, you'll start buying a liter of fuel for 302 naira or more. Now, they are delaying it for another 18 months. Buhari's government, if they leave, they will be leaving in the next 16 months, which means they will not be responsible for that removal or whatever any other person is going to come back to punish you with. Not just that. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, PDP, starting from Obasanjo, when Obasanjo was there, Obasanjo paid no shishi for subsidy. Subsidy started when Yaradua came. And it was, then it was in millions. They were paying 400 million, 500 million a month. So throughout the 3 years of Yaradua, because every year it keeps getting higher and higher, throughout the 3 years or 3.5 years of Yaradua, he spent less than 1 billion on subsidy. Within 5 years of Goodluck Jonathan, subsidy surprisingly just jumped. So when Jonathan came, 2010, and became president after Yaradua, the first bill of subsidy was somewhere around 100 billion, 200. It keeps increasing, 400, 500. When Jonathan left, the highest Jonathan spent on subsidy was 800 billion in a year. That was how subsidy came about. Jonathan, when Jonathan paid 100 billion, 200 billion, he decided to remove it in 2012. You remember what happened? The people that said subsidy was a scam, because indeed it was a scam. It was during the investigation. The people who rejected, who said it was a scam, are the people in government now, okay? Subsidy is a scam, indeed. What they do is that they take the crude oil of Nigeria, they take it to wherever they want to take it to. They will refine it, take every good things they want to take there and return back the refined product, petrol and all that. So in that back and forth of a trade, of a thing, right? So Nigeria has no capacity to refine our own crude oil. So they now rely on marketers. Who are the marketers? Politicians. Politicians who have no business in oil, but it is Nigeria. It opened doors for them. What were they doing? All they have to do is to say, I'm a marketer. I just brought back 1 million liter, 5 million liter of petrol. So it's okay, you have 5 million liter. How much do you want to sell it? So the marketer will now say, well, the total amount I spent in production, transportation, and everything before I brought it here, it will amount to 150 naira per liter if I have to sell it out there. I'm talking about way back when you were still paying 67 naira per liter. Oh, if you break it down, it will cost you 150 naira. Before you can make profit, you will need to sell a liter for 150 naira. Say yes. No, we can't let Nigerians buy fuel for 150 naira. Okay, you know what we are going to do? You are going to sell that liter of fuel. You're going to sell it for 60 naira or 67 naira or 87 naira. You see that difference? We will cover it. So you have 5 million barrels. So multiply 5 million. You have 5 million liters. Multiply 5 million liters by the difference of between 87 naira and 150 naira. How much would that be? 63 naira. So that 63 naira, you multiply it by 5 million liters that they brought. So government will now pay that marketer. Now, where the fraud is this. the marketer, they now turn it into a racket whereby once they meet with the government agent, because the government agents are the ones that will go and inspect the vessel and say, oh, yes, we saw the vessel, we saw the petrol, we saw the diesel. They will certify it, approve. The moment they approve and turn back, the marketer will just turn the ship, the vessel, it will just turn it around and go and look for another market in other West African countries. That was discovered during the investigation of a subsidy fraud, subsidy scam. Do you know that nobody went to jail for that subsidy? One of them, one of those who became billionaires, is now the governor of Ogun State, Dubious Dapo. So, Buhari now came. He said, what is subsidy? Subsidy is a fraud. How can the government be paying subsidy? You didn't fix your refineries and all of that. That could be done within a year and Nigeria will stop importing fuel. Sakamanje, APC, Egbekegbe. Within 6 months, they started their planning on how to remove the subsidy, increase the fuel price. And this is the permutation. And I'll tell you, when they came in, the template of paying for subsidy is already there. PDP already have that subsidy, that template. All APC did was just to build on it. What did they do? Under PDP, when Jonathan was there, they said Nigerians were consuming about between 15 and 20 million liters a day. So which means every day, your government, under Jonathan, your government was paying 63 naira to the marketers in Nigeria so that you could buy fuel for 87 naira. So every day, oil marketers in Nigeria, they were making 20 million times 63 naira. How much is that? How much should that be? 26 million naira a day. So under Jonathan, the fraudulent marketers, in collaboration with the government officials, they were defrauding the government of almost 130 million every day. Now count that for 6 years or 5 years. So when these guys came, you know what they did? The first thing they did was that they asked for supplementary budgets. Inside that supplementary budget of almost 500 billion, they came in May, right? They asked for supplementary budget of almost 500 billion for that period, right? From that money, subsidy money alone, for just 6 months or 7 months under APC, that condemned subsidy or payment of subsidy. Half of that 500 billion was spent in paying marketers, according to them. So in 2016, they now said, oh, we are removing it. It's going to run. We're going to go bankrupt. No country should be paying this kind of money. Like, you can't, not even like Nigeria. So they removed subsidy. And the price of petrol jumped from 87 naira to 143 naira a liter. Only for you to discover that at the end of 2016, Buhari's government paid 1.1 trillion for subsidy. By 2017, 2018, they've already paid over 2 trillion. Or between 2015 and 2018, they've already paid over 4 trillion for subsidy. Wait for it, oh. In 2019, they now said they haven't removed subsidy. They are now thinking of removing the subsidy again. The election came. They boycotted, they stepped it down. Immediately after the election, Nigeria cannot pay subsidy. What subsidy again? Is it the one you removed in 2016? Or what are you guys talking about? They said, no, we didn't remove the subsidy in 2016. Really? Nigerian paid more for oil, for fuel. And Nigerian government even paid more for subsidy. Do you know how that happened? You remember I told you that they said Nigerians use between 15 and 20 million liters of fuel a day. Under APC, the template of paying subsidy jumped from 20 million a day, 20 million liter a day, to 100 million liter a day. That's how much they said you are using now. And that is why Nigeria pay more subsidy. even though you pay more for fuel. Now you are paying about 160 naira or 165 naira per liter. Abi? So they now start, they said, oh boy, if I say this is not the shoko, you know what? Let's tell them that we are removing the subsidy once and for all. And then let's tell them that they should not worry. We will give them 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira, so that that can cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. So they perfected it and they came to the media. Oh, Nigerians, we want to remove subsidy. Country of 200 million mumus. People no trip out onto the street like, what do you even take us for? What do you think who do you think we are? Fools, dumbs, no brainers, or what have you? But of course, they know who you are. They told you they removed subsidy in 2016, increase your price of fuel. They increased your standard, they depreciated your standard of living. They make life hell. They make life hell for you. Right? Well, they are still removing subsidy. Abi? Now the shocker be this. So Buhari and his gang now felt like, you know what? These people are just too stubborn. We are trying to tell them that we are removing subsidy, make them just because Nigeria is broke. Okay? Nigeria is very, very broke. Nigeria is bankrupted already. And I can give you all these instances. But some of you won't agree. Well, few of you, by the way, because majority of people know that Nigeria is completely broke. When you have a country that has the highest population of jobless people in their millions, wait for it, 43% of the population unemployed. And people said, Mayegu, forget that. 80% of Nigerians are jobless or underemployed. Now, if you have a country of 200 million, right, and they say 40% or 50% are jobless, that is 100 million. That population is bigger than the population of the entire UK plus France. Combine them together. Maybe not that much. 100 million people jobless, which means 100 million that should, well, maybe that's too much. They said there's about 126 million of you that are actually jobless. Now the children, if they count the children, they will probably say maybe even more than that, but you can't count children. Abi, can you? 100 million people unemployed. So your government cannot make money from jobless people. Are you following? So economically, Nigerians are useless to Nigeria because Boko Haram gang made you even further useless. And many of you quite agree to be continually useless. So you can't give any money. Nigeria can't raise money through tax. Okay? So the few of you that are still working, Nigeria just have to try and, squeeze you, even if they have to squeeze water out of stone. Even at that, they could barely get little to satisfy their insatiable greed. So what happened? If you don't want them to remove the subsidy, then they will have to go borrowing. Somebody is asking me, asking me a question. I think it's Awal Akoni. You're asking me a question about somebody running to be president, which is outside APC and all that. There are many people running for president too. Showore said he's also going to be running. You remember he said that on this program. Kingsley Mohalu is running. Many people who are running, and you're going to see more, okay? Outside APC, Egbekegbe, of course. So, since you won't let them remove subsidy so that you can pay more for petrol, pay more for everything, so that they can see more money, which is still not going to be enough. Right? Then, okay, fine, no problem. You just wake up one day and you realize that they've changed the liter of, the price of the pumping machine and the rest of that, yeah? The pump machine, right? And then you all scream or no scream, but we need to pay these marketers this coming 2022. You know that your budget in 2022 in Nigeria is 17 trillion. Yeah. So if you break down the budget, the 17 trillion, there is no subsidy money provided for in that budget. Okay? Yes, that budget, padded budget that Buhari signed, 17 trillion. If you break it down, they are going to spend 4-something trillion fighting Boko Haram and Fulani terrorists in 2022. In that same budget, they are going to use another 4 trillion or so to service the BC, the debt that they have incurred so far. They're going to use another about 4 trillion to pay themselves good money like they do always, make their lives better, pay salaries, pay allowances, pay for, all those things, 4-something trillion as well. Now, I decided to use those figures because they're like a round figure enough to make a point, okay? The thing is this, out of 17 trillion naira budgets, ladies and gentlemen, only 5 trillion is meant for capital projects. Capital projects like infrastructures, like roads, schools, all those things, even light, electricity. Only 5 trillion will go into that, which that 5 trillion, people will go steal they are those who wrote the budgets. That's why they call it padded budgets. So the 5 trillion, if you see 1 trillion from it, you go thank God. And this is why you won't even see it. Nigeria is broke. Nigeria is in debt, a serious one. Every time Nigeria make 100 naira, if they take your tax, collect all your taxes and everything, every time Nigeria make 1,000 naira from tax, they have to deduct 900 naira from it to service their debts. So 17 trillion budget of poverty, budget of indebtedness, because they are planning to go and borrow 12 trillion this year to service the 17 trillion naira budget. So they are going to squeeze you, whatever it's going to take. They will squeeze many of you like it's going to be to get that 5 trillion. But maybe they won't have to squeeze you too much because Russia is about to start the Third World War and oil price is already going up and up and up now. This is the joke. Wait. There is no budget for subsidy. They've perfected the plan that they will declare that they've removed it. So they will steal the money elsewhere. But since you all said no, all of you, don't they get ready? Don't they mobilize for protests, for revolution, for this and that? Said, no, leave them. They're acting smart. We don't need to remove it. We'll go and borrow the subsidy money for 2022. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the election year. You know that this is the eve of election year, Abi. Do you know how much they said the subsidy is going to cost you in 2022? One cash out, 3 trillion naira. That's how much subsidy is going to cost you in 2022. Now, that is like saying they combine all they paid for subsidy in 2016, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. They want to cash that out right now, this year. And you know what? If all of them are not going to pay them in pieces, yeah, they will just go and borrow it in your name and they will hammer it on. You see, this is where, if you are a Yoruba man and you hear people talking about leaving Nigeria, breaking away from Nigeria, it is simply because it is this shared misery, this shared poverty, this shared criminality that affects millions of our own people. The money they are going to rely on to fund their budgets, more than half of that is coming from Yoruba land. Yes. Then the stipend they give back to us cannot even put roof over the classrooms of our children that are meant to get a better education. It is a big fraud. It is a big fraudulent arrangement when you talk about Nigeria. It's unfair that people can sit together and make a decision that's going to affect the lives of generations unborn. And all people think about is, when is it going to be our next turn? When is it going to be our turn? So that we can do the same thing. Logically, does this even make any sense? 7 years of APC, and trillions of naira spent on subsidizing fuel in Nigeria. Not a single refinery in Nigeria is working. Now they are cheering up. Dangote refinery is coming on at the end of 2022. That will be your compensation, won't it? So they want to cash out and take a loan of 3 trillion naira. They have already taken so much that they have left the component states in Nigeria, poor and powerless. People believe that they choose to be, and I agree with them. Because how does this even make any sense? Nigeria, the Buhari's government and these politicians who group together in Abuja, they call themselves senators, they call themselves reps, they call themselves politicians, and the here and there, and they make decisions to trap generations that includes the Yorubas in Nigeria. And you think it's fair? Do you really think that is fair? It is not fair. And that is why a man like Tinubu, who has the opportunity, it's not just him. I'm talking about, you see, this decision of looting Nigeria and sharing it is a collective decisions of the politicians that cut across all the ethnic nationalities, tribes, and all that, religion, call it. The group, they gather together in that Abuja, and they see what the average people in Nigeria are going through, and then they give approval that somebody can just cash out 3 trillion naira to pay for subsidy. 3 trillion naira, not to fix your refinery. The same way they borrowed $6.5 billion in your name to construct pipelines from Niger Delta to Niger Republic, and they celebrated it. They said it's going to boost Nigeria economy. It's going to create a lot of jobs. And then they called the Niger Delta militants to become security guards for the pipeline in your name. 3 trillion naira. You see that money they are going to take, and every penny they have been taking, right? No matter how much you pretend, every person in that country is paying the price. Another thing is this, you see, they have no plan of giving you any real job, and they will never give you any. As we speak, their own economic kind of economic miracle is when they share money to people, trader money, market money, this money, that money, 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira. These are the Buhari-nomic, the economic blueprints of lifting people out of poverty in Nigeria, while on the other hand, right, they do everything to keep you perpetually poor. And when we talk about, when we say Nigeria, just remember your brothers and sisters from your own nationality, they are trapped in there. And this is what happened. When they go out there to borrow and, for a loan, and they give them the condition to devalue your currency. What that simply means is that even if you are as hardworking as ever, you'll be walking like an elephant and you'll be feeding like an ant. You know what I mean? It means that your effort is being looted by criminals who only cares about money and money and money, more money of it. It was the devaluation of Naira through arbitrary borrowing that crashed your economy further. When these criminals were coming in, Nigeria economy was said to be the second biggest economy in Africa after South Africa, with a tiny margin. Today, Nigeria is not even one of the top 10 in Africa where their economy is of any standard. When they handed over power to these criminals in 2015, right? They handed over an economy, a $500 billion economy. The economy of Nigeria has shrunk to the point that you can tell loss of jobs, 40-something million people. I mean, they said that 33% unemployed, 43% unemployed, and all that. And when you put that into a bracket, you can tell millions of you have become poorer. Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world under these rogues. And Tinubu came out. Well, his promoters came out today talking about the 2019 election of the Bullion van around Tinubu's house in 2019. They created the poverty. They make the elections in Nigeria do or die because they had to keep that power to continue to have access to your commonwealth. So they monetize your election. And it is true. During elections in Nigeria, it is a cash and carry of a thing. And that is why many people always need the godfather. Tinubu has a deep pocket, having access to the Commonwealth of Lagos, right? And this is where, even if you think you have an idea of how to build a country or of how to make a life meaningful for the people, if you don't have the money at the last minute of the last minute towards the election, you will feel like you have been speaking to the wall while you were talking to the people about what you have for them. Because in Nigeria, if you offer people goodwill, Tinubu and gang, they will give them money, they will give them food, they will give them every other petty little things. And like a twinkle, the same impoverished people, they will queue and they will line up and give their sovereignty to Tinubu and gang. Validation, money, decide to win election in Nigeria. In America, or all over the world that I am aware of, including here in the UK, election is not cheap. Election is funded by party members. A political party is funded by party members, including party financiers. We are talking about possible rich business moguls and money bags. That's how you run politics. But in Nigeria, all you need is to gain access to the public purse, unfettered access. You can do whatever you like. On the eve of election in 2019, election or re-election of Mr. Integrity, Buhari, 2 Bullion vans surfaced in at Tinubu's Bullion house, and it quickly went viral. Like the whole world got to see, like, why would you move money, right, on the eve of an election just to buy election? Before that 2019 election, officially. The Pastor Ruga, the fake Pastor Ruga, was already everywhere, buying votes, sharing government money to people that they later came back to say they didn't pay the money back. But, fake Pastor Ruga was everywhere, sharing 10,000 naira, and he called it trader money, something that was never APC, Egbekegbe's government policy or program, but they quickly developed that just few months to election, and they were sharing money. That was not done. They had to load two Bullion vans, and they moved them to Tinubu's house. And you know what happened thereafter? Of course, money flew everywhere. Money was everywhere. And what was that money for? Buying election. So, if a man that was helping Integrative to win a second term so that they can fight corruption says there's nothing wrong receiving billions of naira in a security kind of a packed bullion van to buy votes. People wrote petition. For some of you will probably think, why didn't you report it to the police and all of that? Well, there was a petition that was sent to the EFCC. Now look at this picture. Look at this crowd. Everybody, people were moving in, taking their own money from different local governments, moving on, and then, and you know one thing, the effect of such money is that they don't bring real election. They bring selection. They intimidate. They terrorize. They send away real good candidates who normally should try their own luck. Should I say luck? No. Check out their own popularity. Try their popularity with the electorate. You see, if not because of all this free money, all this stolen money used in your election, right? If not for them, the good people could probably have gained access to government through democracy, and then they change the system genuinely. But many of you know that will never happen. And the reason why people like us says it is criminal, indeed a crime that normally Tinubu and everyone involved should be cooling off in jail right now, using money to influence election, using money to truncate free and fair election, then turn around to give yourself the praise as a kingmaker and godfather. Let me tell you what that money do. For some of you who probably want to understand that, Mayegun, you still haven't explained why money in why money is not a biggie or what have you in election and what have you. No, I haven't said it's not. Somebody was saying that you haven't. Well, I didn't say money is not. I'm saying that if you have a political party and you have political members of that political party, they are called members because they are due payment, or let me say membership payment members, something like that, right? But in Nigeria, party members are so poor that the politicians don't need them to contribute to the party. All they want them to do is just be around and be the symbol of their generosity as their leaders, even though what they are giving back to them is stolen from them. Okay, so if you have access to public fund and you looted that money to buy election, that's a crime. But if people contribute money and say, oh, we are funding this our political party, right? And then they decided to share the money on the day of election, that is also a crime. You don't share money to buy votes, but it's not their money. It's your looted money. And it is just to do one thing, to send intimidation all around the voting places. And at the end of the day, the people that they want to do their bidding, to go in there and give them to let them continue to have the access, unhindered access to your money, to public fund. And at the end of the day, to further weaponize your poverty. So whenever such bullion van packed into Tinubu's house or any politician's house, The result is this. It is no longer about election anymore. It is selection. If you don't believe me, watch this. This happened though in 2019 because a Tinubu with a bullion van, with 2 billion van, can do whatever he like. And in their own book, it is democratic.
Serious. So they come pín fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín, wọn ò tí pín. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún yín ní àyè láti lọ bá wọ́n ṣe àmà yín. Ẹ tí ò bá ti rí káàdì tí ẹ gbà kó lọ gbà. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí, mo sọ fún yín, gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ. Ohun tí àwọn leader wa sọ lókè ni pé Sanwó-Olú ni. And I want to assure you, this place we are not going to allow anybody to vote for anybody here. We are going to send you out of this place. We are for Sanwó-Olú, and that's what our leader Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu said. Sanwó-Olú leader. The party, that is the APC. Yes. We have hierarchy and we have leadership. Yes. We have leaders. Yes. And we have been directed by our leaders to go and vote for Sanwó-Olú. Yes. And that's what we are going to do. Yes. This local government, we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode. Yes. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. And is gone finally. We will allow you to kill. Vote for Sanwó-Olú by the party hierarchy. We have been directed. Party tiwa, Bodada, ẹgbẹ́ tiwa, ani hierarchy, ani àwọn tó ní àṣẹ, ani àwọn tó dẹ́gbẹ́ ilẹ̀. Ẹni tí ò bá fẹ́ ibi tí ẹgbẹ́ ń lọ tí ò bá ní lọ bẹ̀ kó lọ dẹ́gbẹ́ mi ilẹ̀. He can go and create or register Ambode People's Party. Yes. But our own is APC. Yes. All Progressive Congress. All Progressive Congress is our party. Yes. And the leadership of the party has spoken. And we cannot change it. Yes. And that we are going to follow to the later. Yes. This place is not meant for Ambode people. Yes. No one should come here to vote for Ambode. Everybody go back and work in the way. I'm a vote for Stanley.
So, she democracy in here. Is that demo? Now, listen. That is just a voting center for APC primaries in 2019. And you see that video. Now, I want you to now duplicate that scene in 57 places. 20 local governments and 37 SCDAs in Lagos. And you see those guys talking. They are not just talking. The money in the bullion van will do his work. And his work is to stop anybody that is in opposition to what Tinubu wants. She democracy in Yesha. That is their own political party. When election proper happened, how many of you remember what happened in Okota and so many other places where you have Igbos in Lagos? How many of you remember that? I bet you will never forget that. At least you won't forget it. Even some of our Yoruba brothers, they had to support. You know what happened? From the bullion van money, every area that they felt like they can't have people vote for them. You know what they did? They sent people like that man talking.
the same people like him and their thug and their gang to go there and make sure, say, there's no election. You know what they did? They burnt ballot paper. People have voted, though. People voted like this. Yeah? Okota and all those areas. Give me those areas. I beg. You are watching me from Lagos. Tell me, you participated in your election in 2019. Abi? People voted, though. People casted their votes. And they are waiting for the vote to be counted. Tinubu boys. Boom. Because they have heard that they didn't vote for Buhari. They didn't vote for APC. Tinubu don't collect a Bullion van. He must deliver. If you're not going to vote for them, then there will be no vote there. That was what happened, though. You know what they did? They went there. They scattered the whole place and they burnt all the ballot papers. They burnt everything. The videos are on social media. Go and check them. Or Kota, or Jaw, Amu Ward of Infestac, Isolo, all those areas. In Lagos, because of Bullion van money. That's why I said it's a crime. But we saw some of our brothers, our Yoruba brothers too. My brothers, my own brothers and sisters, who are victims of the greed of all these criminals. They are victims. Anything. They are victims. And they were justifying that. Why would the Igbos not vote? Why would they go and vote for PDP? The Yorubas have been so good to the APC, have been so good to them. They should vote for Tinubu. Anybody Tinubu say they should vote for that person. So, So is that why you go there? Because they are not going to vote for Tinubu's anointed candidate, Abi? So you can now disenfranchise them, attack them, burn their votes, and all of that. Really? And you are Democrats. All of them are jumping up, calling yourselves progressives. I call them progressives. That is the effect of the Bullion van. Now, I just gave you the scenario in Lagos. Now, sit back, relax. For those of you who probably feels like election, okay? Now, sit back and relax. I want to tell you something. If you can imagine what it is or what it was in Lagos or what it is in Lagos to try to want to change the status quo by participating in their election, you have thousands of videos on social media of Tinubu's work in the last 22 years in Lagos. How the Agberos became the fourth tier of government in Lagos. And why? They are on social media. If you don't vote them, if they know that they will fight. You know that's what the money does. Now imagine it in Ogun State. Imagine Ekiti. Imagine Osun. Imagine it in Oyo. Imagine it everywhere where they replicate the same pattern, because every state from every part of Nigeria have these kind of guys. Once again.
Materials tí ó yẹ kó pín fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín wọn ò tí pín. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún yín ní àyè láti lọ bá wọ́n ṣe àmà yín. Ẹ tí ò bá ti rí káàdì tí ẹ gbà kó lọ gbà á. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí, mo sọ fún yín, gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ. Ohun tí àwọn leader wa sọ lókè ni pé Sanwó-Olú ni. I want to assure you, this place we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode here. Yeah.
Do you get that? Now, imagine that guy talking like that. As you have them in APC, you have them in PDP, you have them in SDP, you have them in virtually all the political parties that these guys are funding. Now imagine that guy talking like, in this place today, Sanwó-Olú ni. Our leader said, we must vote for Sanwó-Olú. Sanwó-Olú ni. Like, you don't know how much they gave him. Now, imagine that guy in 774 local governments. Okay? Imagine 774 of that guy. And this one even looks simple. It didn't look deadly. But do you know the engine? Do you know the energy behind our leader said? Our leader, the energy is the amount of money they gave him. And they will double it in the next. That is why they will tell you, go through the right channel. Stop complaining. Join politics. Participate in election. Go and run for office. Go and do this and that. What they are not telling you is about these guys that are ready to kill. And whatever they do, right, they will never be punished for it. So it's over to you. If you are still thinking about the election and what have you, make us show you the latest one. This one, now party to party. I just show you the APC there. Party to party, they were selected. They want to elect governorship candidates in Ekiti. Party to party, they're supposed to be friends, they're supposed to be members, with the same agenda, with the same what have you. But ladies and gentlemen, when it lead to that, now do or die, Baba. If you get chance, enter the government to have access to free money, right? Nigeria done better for you with that. You can always go about and say this Nigeria will be a great country. Nigeria is a great country. Now, you see why they fight for it? Ekiti. I told you, many will one let repete. So, if you ask me about that's PDP, that one is PDP. It is the same thing. Ijoba is like Ijoba oru afagbara woni. You know what I mean? Ijoba oru ti di afagbara wo. If you have to kill, if you have to, and you'll be like, last, all this fight, all this thing, just to make people poorer. It's not because you're going to make their life better. It's just going to make it worse and poorer and poorer. And look at the people there. They are the delegates. They are waiting. If you see them, like, war, no be joko. That's why you see all these guys that are going to campaign for Tinubu and gang. You will see them every small thing. Be like, now fight. Say, Baba, wait, you be Tinubu supporter, Abi? I beg, come, I want to ask you a question, eh? No vex, Now just question, no fight, Baba, how old is Tinubu? And then, how did Tinubu make his money? How did he make his money? No fight, Baba. You see them tear up. Wala don't beg. Wala don't start with that. And you be like, Baba, now simple question I ask you, why are you the para? My friend, shut up. You are just enemy of Tinubu. All these nonsense people where they talk about say Tinubu steal money and that. Say, but they have proof now. They have shown you. Even if you don't know any of it, you've heard of Alpha Beta. At least Tinubu is employing people here. Oh, you agree that he's a thief? But he's employing people. He's creating jobs. Okay, maybe we are making headway. So when you look at them, the tension is like now war. Some of them will fight you physically. Some of them are already telling me, don't come to Nigeria. Mayegun, don't come to Nigeria. Because that is what the money does. They impoverish the people. And then, like, what in hell? Sorry, I don't know. Some people are actually using a group to phone Mayegun's Diary Politico. Like, some of you are probably admin of WhatsApp group. Imagine having about 16 numbers calling me, asking me to join the call. Now the crazy. So if you are that person using your WhatsApp, watching me right now, you are on your WhatsApp, using your group on WhatsApp to phone Mayegun. 16 people. How many of you would I talk to at a time? And please stop as well. So they fight. And you ask yourself that, so all this fight now because they won't steal. And because all of them want flex with people's money. And then turn yourself to the Alpha Omega who probably knows it better. But guess what? Some of us have decided to just, Kala, Lejukpa, all those things. Like, your election validation for these guys is going to be your greatest undoing, but maybe you should do it before you eventually figure that out. So they fight, they kill themselves just to come and steal from you. So Tinubu and gang, who has a lot of money to probably flaunt around, to share around and the rest of that, they should. They will be helping a lot of the poor people as well, where they will get some free stuff and all that. But I will continue to advise you that, you see, it is a pure waste of time if these guys indeed care for you, right? They will tackle the problem from the root. And what is that? That fraudulent constitution that allows them, right, to get away with anything, even though they won't be getting away with everything eventually. Okay. So I was reading it earlier today that a barrel of oil is now $90 or more. I want to talk about it, but let me say thank you to Jig 89. I've got so many comments there that if I didn't put on your super chat, I'll probably miss it. So thank you for that. Mayegun General, thank you for the daily edutainment. I love that. Now, I appreciate the commitment and content as well. Thank you, Jig89, if you are still watching. And I appreciate your generosity too. And to everyone that's still watching, do me that favor, share the broadcast, right? And then my friends on YouTube, we've had only a few people who have dropped their own offerings today. Okay. And you can just like the video. That's your offering. Okay. When I talk about offering, I'm talking about liking the video to register your presence. Okay. It's not about giving me super chat or giving me whatever. No, like it, engage with it to show that you are here. If you're watching me on Facebook as well, do same. Doesn't hurt, does it? So thank you for that. So yeah, I was reading, they said that you are going to have it for $90. I just spoke about the indebtedness of Nigeria, and then the what do you call it, the Arugun in Aso Rock. I'm talking about the APC Egbekegbe under Buhari, what they have done and what they promised to still do. Maybe it maybe it's going to be a good kind of year for Nigeria, when it comes to more money, especially Forex, because $90 a barrel, I'm not sure if that won't probably increase the demand for Nigeria oil. But the good thing is this, right? This is the highest that a barrel of oil has been in the last 7 years. The last time that you had a barrel of oil sold close to $90 or a bit above $90 was 2014. Okay, 2014. The windfall period was between 2010 and 2013, when Nigeria was selling a barrel of crude oil for about 110, 120 per barrel, and they're making a kill. So they saved a lot of money. Then that APC Egbekegbe of Amechi, Fashola, Oshiomole, and few others took Jonathan to court that he must share the money. So that was the time they were still be able to save money. So here is another chance. Nigeria is broke. They are going out there to go and borrow money. They are dead sure that they are going to have to borrow money. But look at this $90 a barrel. If Russia and NATO continue to shake body as they are doing right now over Ukraine, and the oil price projection continue to increase and increase, it could be a window for Nigeria. If they care for you, that means if they really care for you, which I know they don't, it's just going to be like, election don't they come, crude oil barrel of oil don't they increase, it's just going to be more money, easy money. They will still borrow, I know. But if they love you, if they actually love that country, they can just begin to pedal down on this their greed of free money, because crude oil will give them that, which means the price can jump up to 100, 120, even $130 a barrel. Nigeria's benchmark as we speak is somewhere around somewhere around $50, $60 a barrel. So that means Nigeria is making $30 on every barrel they sold since this started. $30 extra. And when you are selling 1 million or 2 million barrel of crude, by the time everybody take their own share and everything, Nigeria should still be able to at least still be making an extra, how much? Maybe an extra $20 from their sales. So that should be more money. But maybe I'm just telling them that we know that this is going to be more money for them to steal. Nothing is going to really change in your lives, except if it's worse, according to what these guys have for you. But if you are still managing to break in, to manage or regulate and all that, good luck to you. I just thought I should mention that Yorubas should be asking for out of Nigeria. And I want you to tell everybody that care to listen, that when they talk about presidency, Yoruba president, this is not a general ask of the Yoruba people. The people asking for Yoruba president are Tinubu and his long, or let me say lifelong dream of becoming president of Nigeria. So he is not representing me. He is not representing you, even though you are a Yoruba man, to supporting Buhari. I'm supporting Tinubu. I'm saying it to you now. Don't be deceived. The 2023 for Tinubu and gang and the rest of them is Tinubu's personal greedy dream. What Yorubas wanted from Nigeria initially was restructuring, something that allows us to do our things in our own way, and we're not being dictated to by any kind of this mashed up, right? Where we can treat and respect our neighbors with utmost respect and regard, and they will do the same to us because they will be handling their own affair too. That was what Yorubas wanted from Nigeria, okay? When you see all these Lagos Abobakus, these Oshogbo Alimajiris, when you see all these on-boot slaves, all these Bele lecturers, these Mumu lecturers, right? When you see these obedient fools and the sophisticated morons and co, right? Jumping up and down because of one Nigeria and the rest of it. They are either ignorant or pretty much, stupid because of their own selfish greed. They are waiting for their turn. They want to steal too. And anything that could get them so close to it, they will take it. PDP, APC. What Yorubas have always wanted out of Nigeria is to be out completely, if we can, as soon as possible. It was the Yoruba cause called, Afenifere. Before Afenifere, it was Nadeco, right? National Democratic Council or something. Nadeco, powered by the people of the southern Nigeria, which is actually more than Yorubas. We're talking about the Yorubas, the Shakiris, the Jaws, the part of Nadeco, the Benins and all that, yeah? Part of Nadeco. And then the promotion then was that everybody should manage their own affair. Everybody should be on their own and all that. And that was what brought the likes of Tinubu and gang to prominence. But he had some money, drug money, to funnel into politics, and then bought his way into where he is today. Now telling us about Nigeria, or anybody telling us that not supporting Tinubu, yeah, is like being against the Yoruba. I'm asking you today, okay? You've had democracy for 22 years, right? How far with the Yoruba land? How has Yoruba fared in that 22 years of democracy, okay? And can you tell me and face me right now and say that those who have been in charge of Yoruba land in the last 22 years, that what they have made of Yoruba land today, right, showed that they loved Yoruba people, that they loved Yoruba land? You have no good schools. You have no good hospitals. You have no good roads, right? Your children, your children who are indeed educated are jobless. You are there, right, praying, it go better, it go better, it go better, it go better. And now the people who brought that upon you, the people who brought about that poverty, that limitation, that secondment, because you are probably, you are pretty much a second-class citizen in Nigeria, even though you don't tell yourself that nobody is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. You are deceiving yourself. In reality, there are some Nigerians who are more Nigerian than you, and you know that, okay? So can you tell me face to face and say, the way you have found the Yoruba land, when you travel from Osun and you go to Oyo, when you leave Oyo and you travel down to Ogun, after leaving Ogun, travel down to Ondo, from Ondo, go to Ekiti, from Ekiti, join the motorway again and come back down to Lagos and turn around and tell me the last 22 years you are proud of what those people have done to Yoruba land, what they have done to the Yoruba people. Because when you talk about the poverty capital of the world, do you really think we are, that is just a myth. Like, it's not real. When they tell you that over 126 people are living in abject poverty, do you really think there are no Yorubas among them in their millions? Do you think when they say that Nigeria is now the headquarters of the jobless people in the whole world, the country with the highest number of jobless people in the whole world, do you think there are no Yorubas among them? Young Yorubas who are educated, some of them is educated or poorly educated as well, but jobless, right? Economically incapacitated, right? That was what Nigeria did, 22 years of that. And you look at me and you said, if I tell you to reject the criminals who continue to use Nigeria to take away what should be your rightful right, yeah, that you should reject them, you will turn around and face me and say, that is against the Yoruba. Show ya were ni. Abi were lo ya, abi wo lo ya were, abi were lo ya ni leyin ni. Like, how could you be so confidently face somebody and say, after the damages you see around there, you see the people, you see the land, you see the state, you see yourselves, you see things. Now the insecurity is enveloping you, and you turn around and you say, it's because somebody is enemy of Yoruba. That is why they are not supporting Tinubu. Show ya were ni. Oti ya were already. Like they say it, were lo nja, were majority. And that's the reality. You know what I'm talking about? So look around you, look into the mirror, look around you, look into the mirror, look at those who made that happen. They are the same people coming around. What are they going to tell you? What Yoruba wants, what Yorubas should be clamoring for, should be what we have always been asking for, which we have been defrauded of many times. Awusas didn't steal that from us. Fulani didn't steal that from us. Igbos didn't steal that from us. It was the same Yorubas who stole that from us. They told us they knew what we wanted. They told us we would get that. They told you to still believe in Nigeria. It takes time. These things takes time. Give us time, give us time. 22 years. There was never a single time that Tinubu or any of them, or Obasanjo and every one of them, ever stood up and say we are fighting for the Yoruba people. And this is what we are fighting for. This all the lawmakers from Yoruba land go to Abuja and demand for this. If you can't get this, you stage your walkout. Have you ever witnessed any? Of course not. So don't ever look at me and say, or anybody looking at you and say, if you don't support Tinubu, or if you don't support fake Pastor Ruga and the rest of them, or if you don't believe in their election and the rest of that, you are doing it to deny the Yorubas their rights. And if anybody tell you that, just tell them, pay Uma Shofoni. Just say that as well. Uma Shofoni. Or Sofoni Tomo. Song. You get what I mean now? If you want to make it sound enough that they will be like, kilo de kilagbe kileju. Say, all Sofoni Tomo. Belungo to soin. And your moale jati. And your moale omo iran. You turned Yoruba land into the lands of beggars, and you are living in that denial. Your youths are jobless. Yes, they are jobless. Your aged people who served Nigeria and they have now retired, they are living in abject poverty. Your aged parents, your uncles, you see them, even you struggling through life. You've never felt life easy anyway. They made life a hell for you so that you can praise them. They turned you to God knows what, a moron. And then they now tell you that they want to save you. How? What would they do differently this time around? What are they going to do differently this time around? Those are the questions you should be asking. Okay? You don't blackmail people and tell them that, shut up your mouth. You should be supporting a Yoruba man. Or everybody is supporting their own. Because everybody is supporting their own, then you should support your own too. That's what I'm saying. Bí wèrè ṣe ń ṣèyàn nìyẹn, ó lè má mọ̀. Wèrè ló wà lórí ẹ̀. So people like us who have now felt like, okay, listen, you see me, I can talk. I can say anything. I can tell you, I can give you ideas on how to build schools, how to build roads, how to build this, how to make your life better, blah, 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 blah. And you can doubt me. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni ẹnu dúró fọ́, shut up, ẹnu ló kàn jẹ́, it's easy. Of course you can say that to me. And you will be right and you'll be wrong too. Okay? Because I haven't been tested. I haven't been in a position to decide to make decisions that will affect lives of millions of people. Or even, I've never even been in a position to make decisions to decide what will happen in the lives of just 10 people, or maybe 20 people. I don't even have up to 10 people that I have to decide what happened in their lives. You get what I'm trying to say? Well, I can have an idea. But you see those guys who have been your governors, who have been your senators, who have been commissioners, special advisor, who have been government contractors, who have been girlfriend of senators, because now all of them, they collect the national cake. All of them go born. Emma blue ni. Emi oti buying share anything in no So idea, I can give you idea. They say, my friend, shut up. And you will be right and wrong, because I would do it if I have that chance, but I don't have it. So therefore, I can't prove it to you, right? But these guys have been there. They have been there. 22 years, they've been there. This is what they've been doing. Do or die every now and then, killing themselves, doing all of that because they want to serve you. Now, 22 years. Look at everywhere. Check your roads, check your schools, check your hospitals, check everywhere that infrastructure should, at least, where is your electricity? 22 years. So if I tell you now that who is the enemy of Yoruba land? Me, that doesn't believe in those lies, that will never, ever believe in their lies. And I'll continue to tell you that don't. If you have any reason to get them and kick them out, do it. Now you turn around and say, me, I'll be the enemy because I'm not going to support one of your oppressors or all of your oppressors. Mabino, oti yawiri. Motimo are very sure and saying. Like, even you watching me right now, yeah? With this explanation I just made now. Me, I have never signed any of your check. I have never. Come and contest now. So come and contest against who? Against the Bullion van. Where some of you now, ordinary 1,000 naira they could give you. Say, you know that Mayegun boy? They say the boy they run for is contesting for so and so. That stupid boy. Say, Baba, I'm not worried about Mayegun. That boy, that Janjala boy. Just take care of us, sir. We'll take care of him. We'll deal with him. Some of these wearies, faceless wearies on social media, the Lagos Abobakus who are some of them are kind of, they are so ashamed of their family. They don't use their names. They don't use anything. They use fake names and all of that to defend Tinubu, and they will throw it at you. You are enemy of Yoruba if you are not supporting, some will tell you, you are enemy of Igbo if you don't support Igbo presidency. Na yo. Come back here and contest so that they can give you 1,000 naira or give you 500 naira to go and teach him a lesson. And you say, oh yeah, AK, oh yeah, turn camera, turn on the camera. Now that my be that, now the guy be that, he don't, now they come out of that mall. Say, hey, you, Mayegun, now you they talk to Tinubu anyhow. You just say you came out, this place no be Glasgow. We go treat you, we go beat you here. And they go beat me, record and. They'll say, we've achieved something. And they arrest the rest of all those unboot slaves and obedient fools, right? They want to see that. Maybe I'm too big. I'm kind of bigger than somebody you can meet on the road and beat. Maybe I'm underrating myself, kind of. My own case be say, maybe now police, they go say, oh yeah, give those boys 10,000 naira. When you see them, you go pick them, beat them up, and confirm, so that we can take his picture and put it on social media and say, we've arrested Amayegun. We arrested him with 10 Olosho in Ikeja. They say, we don't tell you. So don't beat me up. That system that allows that is the system that somebody like myself, right, will use everything I have to educate the people to fight against, because that system doesn't in any way kind of select, what do you call it? It doesn't select its victim. We are all going to be the victim of it at the end of the day. So don't let anybody tell you that not supporting Tinubu means that you don't love Yoruba land. If they love Yoruba land, na so people, na so Yoruba land supposed to be. Have you asked yourselves? Every small thing. Please help me. Everybody is pretending. They are pretending to be all right when they want to defend their criminal leaders. But if you want to test them, if you want to know that things don't go bad, terribly bad, just go onto your Facebook after this video or your Twitter and say, I'm feeling like I should bless people tonight. You know what? Drop your account number. I want to give 500 people 1,000 naira. I want to share 5 million. Hey, way. Even people that are abusing Mayegun because of Tinubu, people that are abusing Mayegun because of a Buhari, all these Almajiris from everybody will drop account. And if you say, see them, they are dropping out. My friend, shut up, Jerry. If you want to help us, help us. Country hard. We all know say country hard. So why are you abusing me then when I tell you country hard? And I was mentioning the people that made the country hard. Why are you abusing me then? Now you're gonna vex. Just give us something. Give us something. Now cruise. Now mental problem. You defend the people that made you poor. And you want them to continue because they are hell-bent in making you even poorer. And Mayegun is supposed to be what? Supposed to be your enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm not supposed to be your enemy. Okay? So what Yorubas want, what Yorubas should be asking for is how can we be out of this mess and at the same time never stay long till when the Chinese, everybody where they borrow money from will come and carry you. And this time around, they won't even carry you as a slave. So they sell organs, sell people's organs everywhere, human organ harvesting and all of that. So the point I'm trying to make is this. I'm a Yoruba man. I feel concerned for the future of the Yoruba children. Okay? You should. All right? And like I said, I may tell you a lot of things that makes you feel like, oh, Mayegun, God bless you. Oh, this Mayegun, my words or what I say may be touching you and all of that. You and I never had the opportunity, okay, to experiment the ideas of indeed showing that we care for the future of the Yorubas. But maybe until then, you see these guys who have the opportunity, they've already eaten that. Okay? So if Nigeria 1 naira if Nigeria naira becomes a tissue paper that you can find everywhere, becomes so worthless that you can't even buy anything anymore because it's going to get to that stage, right? Yorubas are going to be sharing in that poverty. Yorubas are going to be sharing in that underdevelopment. Yorubas are going to be sharing in everything that comes with a ruined economy, like insecurity and all of that, okay? And every day we are growing. Every day our people are giving birth to children that they have no idea what their future is going to be like. And if you look at Nigeria, okay, and you look at yourself right now, ask yourself, if anything happens to you right now, what is going to happen to your children? Let's say something, you are a man, right? Let's put it this way. I love being practical, by the way. Emeka, thank you very much for your super chat as well. Mayegun, the reality is that Nigerians are still Eru who think they are free and are not smart enough to realize it because the chains are not on their hands, but in their minds. Wow. That's a very powerful one. How did I not see that early? The chain is no longer on their hands. The chain is now psychological. The mind. That makes a lot of sense there. Unemeka, thank you very much for that. Listen, I wonder, old man, they live inside your body. And it's true. Just like Harriet Truman said, what do you call it? Yeah, that I could have saved more slaves only if they knew that they were slaves, because they are free. They are walking about. They feel like, they are free. They are not slaves. So I care for the future and the lives of the people in Yoruba land. Listen, these people in Yoruba land, it's not just about the Yoruba. You know that it simply means that everyone that chooses to live and work in Yoruba land, whether you are indigenous Yoruba or you are somebody living in Yoruba land from another nationality and what have you, right? I care for what will become the future of Yoruba land, especially with Nigeria tilting towards this terrible extinction or destruction, so to say. The guys who brought Buhari and who actually defended Buhari to this point, they are warming up to take charge without caring about what will happen to us. So that's why I said, if the Yorubas have anything to take out of Nigeria or anything to do with Nigeria at all, it will be the conversation around a referendum that will eventually kick us out of this contraption. Listen, and it is doable. We already have those who are walking around this. Okay? I mean, for the first time, right, we can say we have our political people championing Yoruba nation. Before now, you would expect that when people say they are fighting for Yoruba nation or fighting for anything in the name of the Yoruba people, they do this for political reasons, okay? And eventually they ended up in their politics, take some money, contract and all of that, and they abandoned the whole thing, like Tinubu and gang. In the 90s, Tinubu and gang, they were shouting Yoruba, 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 this, if not, we're going to do, you know what I mean? But now they are shouting Nigeria, 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 because, but we have one, Ilanomo Odua. I'm not saying they are perfect, okay? We're not looking for saints, okay? We are looking for patriots. Patriots, honest, dedicated, patriotic Yorubas, people who actually love Yoruba land and love the Yoruba people. Are you with me? These are the people we want to talk about Yoruba nation. Why should we have the Yoruba nation? And what is the benefit of Yoruba nation? The benefits are endless. Okay? Ilanomo Odua is doing that for us. I have seen increased contact or inquiries on the activities of Ilano Omo Odua and joining the Ilano Omo Odua, especially in the UK. I want to tell you this, right? We can choose our battle carefully. Tinubu and gang will choose the battle of using Yoruba to gain a bit of leverage in negotiating for power in Nigeria, not for the Yoruba people. Okay? So Ilana Omo Odua, UK. If you go online and you see Ilana UK.org, right? It's on your screen. That is Ilana Omo Odua, UK. Now, if you are, as a Yoruba man, rather, and you are living outside the UK, what I have been told is that they are working on they have one global website for the activities of the Ilano. But you see, this Ilano UK was created by the coordinators, the handlers of the Yoruba nation struggle for Ilano members in the UK. So we can have Ilano America, we do have Ilano USA, Ilano all over the world, okay? from wherever you are, what we need to do is that we just need to get more people to show their commitment beyond what they have done so far. I mean, bring it forward, get help, support from other Yorubas who knows that you exist, and then maybe create your own website, something that can rally people around. That's what the UK chapter did, and I actually have to, credit them a lot for that. And that's the one you have on your screen. If you are living in the UK, join it. You should join if you are living in the UK. Okay, if you are living in America, Canada, Japan, China, wherever you are, I'm going to say we should wait for a global Ilano Omo Odua. Well, they did have, and I think something happened that they decided to go into maintenance. If you go online right now and you search for Ilano Omo Odua, okay, if you search for that, it will take you through ilanomoodua.com or so, right? And you see it show up as under maintenance. That means it's going through maintenance right now. So I believe that one of these days it will come up. So the advantage is this, all right? We need, we need ourselves to begin to have that conversation with this generation, the concerns of what Nigeria has become, right? The concerns of what Yorubas have become under Nigeria. Check what we have right now and realize that, it is completely rigged against us. The reason why it's not being talked about in Nigeria is because those who are supposed to speak for us on our behalf, they are part of those who are making this, this destruction on Yoruba land kind of possible. Okay? So which means all of us, all over the world, even back home as well, right? When we manage to build that formidable, stronger, membership base all over the world, talking about the Yoruba nation and all that, yes, we can launch a kind of retriever advocacy that if you are living in America, you living in America, me living in the UK, and we have, let's say we have 50,000 Yorubas in the UK, and we have 100,000 pro-Yoruba in the UK. In the US, and we have you all over the place. You all have families, okay? If you are passionate enough to be a paying member of Ilanomo Odua, the umbrella body, even if you have your own organization, individually, good. Even collectively, you can merge with Ilanomo Odua in your own respective country of residence, okay? You can liaise with them and bring your group together, build a larger one, right? So you can be that paying member of an organization that is pro-Yoruba abroad, and you pick your phone. That number can make a huge impact, a huge difference in what happened back home in Yoruba land. If all of us decide that, we are going to pick up our phone and we're going to talk to everybody. I'm going to talk to 5 persons, to 5 people from my family back in Nigeria this week. And then you say you're going to talk to 5 people, your family, circle of friends and families, right, in Nigeria. And you know what? That's it at home that they said is impossible in Yoruba land. It can actually be possible. But we need a network of committed pro-Yorubas to show that commitment worldwide. And Ilanomo Odua is the umbrella body, okay? And also in the UK, join. Me, as Mayegun, I'm not kind of allowed to join any organization as a member. I can only be an observer, right? Somebody that would just want to be like neutral. But I'm not neutral, right? I'm not neutral. I am pro-Yoruba 100%. And that's why I will use my platform to support all the pro-Yoruba, especially Ilano, until if something happened that we find out that, you know what I'm talking about. But for now, you have my word for that. In the UK, if we have that kind of large following, in the US, if we have all of you, watching Mayegun every now and then, show that commitment. Register. It's just a $5. They say, look at it. Check your screen. It's a $5, £5. If you're living in the UK, it's £5 to join. You pay £5 every month, £60 a year. Okay. So if you have 10,000, if you have 10,000 members in the UK, that means Ilana Odua can probably be getting 60,000 pounds every year. Very small, very little. But it can make a lot of change. It can make a lot of difference in so many things, legal cases and all of that. Okay. A lot of things, awareness and all that. Now, if you have a 20,000, if you have 20,000, people in the UK paying 60 pounds a year, £5 a month, that's going to be like how much? 120,000 pounds. That is a voice. And you have 20,000 strong members or more. Some of you would now imagine what you can do. Now, if you have 100,000 members in the US, if you have 100,000 members in, let's say 20,000 in Canada, you have 20,000 in Dublin, in Ireland, you have them all over the place, 10,000, and everybody is committed to the struggle of Yoruba nation, to dispose or dislodge all these criminals back home. It will be a tea party. I can bet on it. And I'd love to see that happen. But again, join if you are watching in the UK, okay? You can also listen to this. So now, here is another good one. If you love Ilana UK, for a start, yeah, with what we have, you can also, if you can't be a member, okay, if you can't be a member, you can, you can donate to support them, okay? Some of you get money, okay? See, let me tell you something. When you talk about all this kind of advocacy, some of you are passionate about Yoruba land a lot, okay? You are so passionate. You want to listen to somebody talking about it, especially people making sense about the conversation around the Yoruba nation and all that, okay? But you must also be a financial member of every struggle that you believe in. Listen to me. If you are not a financial member of any struggle, or if you don't financially commit to anything that you believe in, it will disappear. Because listen, for every advocacy you see out there, people are making commitments, most of them using their own resources, personal resources, to get those messages out there, put things out there, do all that, yeah? When they run out of their resources, they will disappear. So with the messages. So some of you will start saying, I used to hear about, where are they again? They are gone. You love them. You supported them. You shared them, but you never financed them. That's why these ideas of, organizations to work as organizations. In the UK, every penny you give to people in the UK is accounted for. Nobody can take your money and steal your money. They want to. No. If you feel like you are making a donation to an organization that is not utilizing the money well, you can always raise a petition. And in this country, it will be taken care of, okay? So you can support Ilana Odua UK through this, you donate, you can go on to, you can give them a tenner, you can give them, it's on your screen. Check it out. You can use a custom and just type in 100,000. You guys I've got guys who are Yorubas, rich guys. Some of you are professionals. You have money. Now, this is the moment you need to start showing financial commitment. I'm not saying you haven't, okay? I'm saying when you show financial commitment, you need to be consistent with that, all right? And that is when you can then start asking for results. How far now? How far with your work? What have you done so far? How far? You know what I mean? That is exactly how to monitor progress of any activity. And that's why I love the Biafrans, okay? And I hope you get an accountability from them. People don't give out their money if they feel like they're just giving the money to people who just take them. I'm going to bring Bashigun to Mayegun's Diary Political Sunday. So if you want to support them, make it real, okay? I'm not saying that 10 pounds, 5 pounds, 15 pounds donations and all of that are not good. If they come from large number of people, they are actually very, very good. But some of you have money. You do have money. If you want to see things change or move faster, you need to show more commitment to the Yoruba nation struggle beyond words, okay? And if you're looking for where to make that commitment, I just gave you one. This is verified. This is verifiable, okay? And you can do your own findings too till you have that satisfaction. But the easiest part, which is the best part, be a member of Ilanomo Odua in the UK if you indeed support Yoruba nation, okay? Be a member. It will cost you £5 a month to be there. So that when they call meetings, when they call for meetings, when they call for seminars, when they call for anything that will make Yorubas come together to discuss and take action, not just talk, like some of you would say, talk, right? You can be a member. It's going to be £5 a month to do that. I love it. And I am encouraging you to please show that support because we can monitor them through here. Okay. So it's not going to be a cutthroat of a thing. Okay. It shows patriotism. I love my friends on Mayegun's Diary Political. I don't get gifts. I'm somebody who never really get gifts. But somehow I'm so kind of lucky that Mayegun's Diary Political and my friends somehow made me comfortable to say, well, I can leave my job, go for some science, for some training, personal training for self-development and all of that, personal development and all of that. And I still won't lack. I mean, when I came to the UK, even before I came to the UK, I realized that nobody owes me anything. The world owes me nothing. That when people say, oh, Shola, because that's what they call me back home, Shola or Shei, take this, I'm giving this to help you. I'm like, oh, thank you very much, because I'm so grateful, right? Because they don't owe me anything. Then when I got to the UK, I realized that nobody gives you anything for free. You have to work for everything. Nobody gives you anything for free. You want to live life, you want to live better, then you have to work harder. So that's how I built my life. I don't expect from people until Mayegun's Diary Political fans surprised me. You guys surprised me enough that I was confident that I will be fine, right? Financially, until I finish my study. So I left my job last month, right? Until this morning, when somebody said, Mayegun, I know Sunday is going to be your birthday. And I just said I should remind you, don't forget us. What are you going to give to us? I'm like, are you serious? It's my birthday. I should be getting things, you know. People should be giving me things for my birthday, right? If I ever get any. I shouldn't be the one giving. It was, Baba, you be big man, Jare, you go give us something and all of that. So I don't expect from people, but on Mayegun's Diary Political, I have been so loved and supported, and I'm grateful for that. So asking you to please make it a commitment when you want to support an organization that indeed could be the vehicle to where we all want to be. That is beyond just giving. It has to be with commitment. Okay? I am committed to coming here every now and then to talk to you, share you up, give you information that gets you to feel like, yes, something can still be done. I love doing that. That is my own commitment. So when you love Yoruba land, when you love the Yoruba nation, as you all say it, make commitments. This is the window. Please do it. And then we can monitor the progress of this. So thank you very much, everyone. I was going to take calls, but our time is almost up, and I'm so sorry I took most of it. But I bet you enjoyed it as well. However, I would probably the next time I come on, I would, what do you call it? I would take calls, okay? So thank you very much for your time. And if you are still here watching, remember, like that video, share it. And then, yeah, if you're just joining, you can start watching from the beginning, okay? So, yeah, somebody said, so Sunday is your birthday. Yeah, Sunday is going to be my birthday, okay? And I've started taking greetings, because now greetings people, they send me, all right? Except for I'm going to mention your name because I got that yesterday, I think. I was surprised. Like, thank you. So it was a cash app given to me by somebody, and I'm going to try and see if I can get his name. So except for that, yeah, I've been taking greetings. I've been taking the gift of greetings and all of that. So you can start sending your greetings as you wish, okay? On Sunday, that will be me turned 38. Just 2 years away from being 40. And then the people will start telling me, Egbon elo joko jare. Emi, you dey call me Egbon elo joko. Emi Egbon. Egbon esa elo joko jo. Egbon edake. If you try Egbon edake or Egbon elo joko with me, Mama Jani. However, yes, I'll be 38 on Sunday, and I'll be so glad to share that with you on Sunday. So until then, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for joining me. And please, you can watch this from the start if you are just joining. And I'm going to see you some other time. So good night to all of you.
Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé Mayegun ti dé Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Mayegun ti dé Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé lórí Facebook Mayegun ti dé Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé lórí YouTube Mayegun ti dé Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́ Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé ijó ìgbádìyẹ Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé gómìnà kówó jẹ Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá Ani esunraki aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o Ani esunraki òkúra olóṣèlú Ani esunraki ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Ani esunraki Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé.